We're digging for new information on that space camp controversy. Questions being raised about a space camp counselor's sexual identity and the exposure to campers. We begin with Way 31 reporter Paige Meyer. Paige, you've reached out to the space camp directly today. Were they able to shed some light on these allegations?
Marie, unfortunately, no. I reached out to provide them the opportunity to elaborate a little bit on this situation. However, they have not gotten back to me. I have, however, spoken to a parent who says he's been in direct contact with camp leaders. Clay Yarbrough says that he took to social media because the camp did not answer any of the questions that he asked them. Now, Yarbrough's daughter was supposed to attend space camp next week. That is until he found information about a transgender female hall monitor in the female dorm. He says he called the Space and Rocket Center, but they could not confirm the identity of the employee. That's when Yarbrough took to social media to tell other parents about his findings. But the dad received pushback from his posts. The Alabama Transgender Rights Action Coalition released a statement that said in part, quote, Yarbrough could not name any wrongdoing on the part of the employee, only that they were a transgender person. The statement went on to say it is clear that the goal of these social media posts is to pressure the Space and Rocket Center to fire the employee in question simply for being transgender. Now, Yarbrough says his goal in all this was to shed light on the situation that the space camp could not address.
They were hiding stuff. They were trying to hide stuff. And what they were doing is they were dancing around the question of whether or not there was a male around these little girls, a biological male around these little girls.
Now, I reached out to the ATRAC to get on camera with me, but they declined for personal safety reasons. It's also worth noting in a statement the space camp released last night, they said they are an apolitical organization with no social agenda. Now, coming up on Way 31 News at 5, you'll hear more from Clay, as well as the policies that he would like to change at the Space Center and how that conflicts with federal law. But for now, reporting live in Huntsville with coverage you can count on. Paige Meyer, Way 31 News.
Team coverage now. Way 31 spoke to Senator Tommy Tuberville after his social media post about space camp. Here's Way 31 breaking news anchor Georgia Clark.
I was on the call with Senator Tuberville earlier today and had a chance to ask him a few questions about what is happening at space camp. I asked the senator what he suggests the Space and Rocket Center do if they find this individual never broke policy, because it's illegal in the United States to fire someone simply because of their sexuality or gender identity. And here's what he had to say.
Everybody, every teacher, every administrator, everybody that has anything to do with young people should be severely vetted. Because they control the minds of the #1 commodity in the country today, and that's our young people. These young people deserve a right to have supervision that is well-versed in teaching and not pushing an agenda.
Tuberville did say he had yet to see the Space and Rocket Center statement, which says counselors are not allowed to speak on controversial topics like sexuality, gender identity, or religion. But he stands by his opinion that people should keep their agendas out of learning environments. With coverage you can count on, Georgia Clark, Way 31 News.